What's up guys, it's Kelly and today I've got another swatch and review for you. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on new videos, and let's get started. So today I am sharing with you guys two new collections from the brand ILNP. So we've got their 'Tis the Season collection for winter/holiday 2020, and then we also have a brand new release of some new Multichromes from them. So if you guys haven't heard of ILNP before, they are an independent nail polish brand based in the US. They are 7 free, meaning they are free of 7 of the dangerous chemicals that are often found in nail polish. They are cruelty free and they are vegan friendly. So the holiday collection, which I'm going to be reviewing first, has 6 brand new shades. It's actually coming out on December 10th, so after this video comes out, but I did still want to share that with you guys, and I wanted to combine it with their other new release, which is their brand new set of Multichromes. So in that set we've got 5 brand new polishes, and they are all multichromes, meaning that they shift in all sorts of different colors in different lighting. So yeah, let's start off with the holiday collection first, and then I will talk to you guys about availability, pricing, all that good stuff, and then we'll move on to the Multichromes. So yeah, let's get started. So as with all of my swatch and review videos, I am going to be using base coat underneath all of my swatches just to protect my natural nail and prevent any stains. Today I am using the Cuccio base coat. So first up in this collection we have the shade Dear Santa, and this one is a really pretty deep red shimmer polish. And to be honest, when I first saw this one, I actually thought it was a multichrome because it seemed like it was shifting so much in the base, but it doesn't have too much of a shift on the nails. But I will say, in the promo photos that I have seen of it, I think it looks a lot more red than it does in person, whereas online I saw it was like almost like a deep cranberry red. To me, I think it looks like more of an orangey brownish kind of red to it. I still think it's super beautiful, but I do want to warn you guys that it is definitely less red and less of like that cranberry kind of color than I have been seeing. So the other thing about this one is it did end up needing 3 coats for full opacity, which I didn't totally love. I definitely think that a shade this deep and dark should be 2 coat opacity at most, especially since I do have shorter nails. Next up we have the shade Dash of Cocoa, which is a really beautiful reddish brown that is packed with a scattered hollow finish, and this one to me I thought had a very similar color base as Dear Santa, which is why I am warning you guys multiple times that I don't think it's as reddish as it looks. But yeah, this one is just a really beautiful shade. I love that holographic sparkle, and then I also love that really rich orangey shimmer running throughout. It just makes for such a beautiful deep wintry color, and I just love this shade of brown. I feel like this is something I could definitely wear any time of year. And this one did have a lot better opacity. It ended up giving me full coverage in 2 coats, and I thought it just looked absolutely beautiful on the nails. Next up we have the shade Holly, and this is a super deep rich foresty green shade that is packed with a holographic scattered glitter. So this one does have a jelly-like formula to it. It reminded me of their last year's winter collection where they had all of those really beautiful deep colors in a jelly base with the scattered hollow. This one I also thought was pretty great because it did give me full coverage in 2 coats, but again, if you have long nails, you might need a 3rd coat for a lot of these polishes just because you might get a little bit more visible nail line. This one actually I thought looked a lot more blackened on my nails. At first I did see a little bit of that greenish to it, but even in brighter lighting situations I felt that it did have that almost black look, which I do like, but just keep that in mind. Next up we have the shade Snow Globe, and this was one of my absolute favorites in the collection. I thought it was just so stunning as soon as I saw it. It's this really soft light blue base that has a gold fleck running throughout, as well as a holographic sparkle that's super subtle on the nails. So this one ended up giving me 2 coat coverage, but again, longer nails will definitely need a 3rd on this one. But I just thought it was so beautiful and elegant and subtle. I actually mentioned this one in my last video, which was my favorite holiday polishes for this year, and I just feel like this does make a perfect holiday shade because it's just so elegant and perfect for a special occasion. I just love the added gold flakes in there. I just think it makes it look so beautiful. Next up we have the shade Prancer, and this is another one that I really loved. It's almost like a taupey kind of shade. It's a very grayed out neutral that almost has a little bit of a pinky undertone to it, and it's got a holographic scattered glitter as well, and oh my gosh, I thought this one was just so beautiful. It ended up looking a little bit warmer at first on my nails than it did in real life, so I did end up adjusting my color a little bit so you can see it in a more accurate light, but here I think it looks the most accurate, where it's just this really nice soft subtle color that has a cool undertone to it. Feels very wintry and pretty. This one did give me 2 coat coverage. And last but definitely not least of this first collection, we have the shade Sleigh Bells. This is another one that I was super excited about. It's just a really beautiful champagne rose gold kind of ultra metallic polish. So in addition to being a super foiled metallic shade, it also has a holographic sparkle running throughout. And oh my gosh, this is just to me the perfect New Year's color. I think it's just so festive and fun. It was super reflective on the nails, and I still got a lot of that holographic sparkle coming through. I just think shades like this are so fun. They are kind of a pain for removal because I feel like I just get that sparkle all over my hand and I have to kind of wash it off, but I do think it's worth it, especially around this time of year. I think it's just so fun and festive. So here are all of these shades together so you can see what they look like as a full collection. We have a really nice subtle color palette going on here. So we've got those deep wintry colors on the top, and then we also have all of those really soft, beautiful, elegant colors on the bottom. So I think they did a really great job with this collection overall. I think all of the shades look really beautiful together, and I think they all have a very understated holiday vibe to them. So yeah, that is the 'Tis the Season collection coming out on December 10th. So overall, was very impressed with this collection. If you guys saw, I recently did a video on my holiday favorites, and 2 of the shades from that collection were actually featured in it. So we definitely have a few standouts here, but personally, I think they all looked really beautiful. And overall, I was pretty happy with the collection. So like I said, these shades are available starting December 10th. They come in the usual 12 milliliter bottles, and they retail for $10 USD each. So I will link the website down below, and then I will update that once the shades become available. So now let's move on to the Ultrachromes. Like I said, we have 5 brand new polishes. So we've got 3 different colors. 2 of them are new multi-chrome shades, and then we have their holographic versions. And then we also have a holographic version of the shade Eclipse, which came out for fall 2020. So yeah, let me show you guys those swatches. So roll footage. So first up, I will show you the shade Eclipse in its holographic version. So if you guys remember, I did already review the regular version of Eclipse, and I was absolutely blown away by it. It is the most insane multi-chrome. When I look directly at my nails, it looks like it is almost black, but then it shifts into this really intense red, and then it also just goes into almost every color of the rainbow. So you can see a little bit of gold in there, you can see a little bit of green, and then just whatever way you're moving your hand, it's just going to shift into an entirely different color, which I thought was incredible. So I'm really happy to see a holographic version of it. I think the added scattered holo sparkle does add a layer of dimension to it, but if you did already purchase the regular version of Eclipse, personally I do prefer that one just because I feel like you can add holo top coat over it, or you can just wear it on its own, so you kind of get the best of both worlds there. So now we'll move on to the new colors. This first one is called Shockwave, and it is a really beautiful, vibrant blue shade when you're looking directly at your nails, and then it has a very subtle shift into purple and then into red and even into a little bit of an orangey gold. So when I was looking at it directly on my nails, I felt like the color shift was a lot more subtle than it was in the bottle. Mostly what I was seeing shifting on my nails was a lighter blue into that deeper blue and almost into a purpley kind of color, but I do think that the shade is really beautiful. It gave me 2 coat coverage, which I was really impressed with because sometimes multi-chromes you do need a 3rd coat, but this one was actually pretty opaque. And then here is the holographic version of Shockwave, and you can see a lot more in the bottle. You see that color shift going on where it shifts from the blue into the purple and then into the red and gold. And you definitely get that when you're working your hands at certain angles, but I would say for the most part on me, this one did definitely lean very just blue. But when you have that added holo sparkle, I do think it does give another layer to the polish. I think it makes it look look a lot more fun and sparkly on the nails. But again, like I said, I think that it's almost better to get the non-holo version just because you can add holo to it if you want, or you can wear it without the holo. But if you're a person who will always wear holo top coat over it, I definitely recommend getting the holo version. The other new multi-chrome shade that we have is Stardust, and this one looks pretty much like a teal / turquoise when you're looking directly at it, and then it kind of shifts into a more grayed out green, and then it also shifts into a blue and then into a purple. So we've got a big color range going on here, but again, I do think that these two new ones, Stardust and Shockwave, are a little bit more subtle than the other ones that I have seen from ILNP before. I thought Eclipse had a lot bigger of a shift without having to maneuver my hand around too much, but this one is more subtle. As you can see, it's a little bit more blue on the left side and a little bit more of that grayed out green on the right side. I do think it's a really beautiful combination, and again, really impressive opacity. We did get 2 coat coverage for this one as well. And then here is the holographic version of Stardust. Again, we have that same color shift from the teal and green into the blue and into the purple, but this time we have that added scattered holographic sparkle. And again, it was the same formula. It did feel the same on. Personally, for me, I do prefer this version in the holographic one just because I felt like that color shift was super subtle, and I do like having a little bit of something exciting on my nails. So for me, that added holo sparkle definitely made this polish more intriguing for me. But yeah, it's definitely up to you which is your preference. So I'm actually curious to hear from you guys. When you purchase these ILNP polishes, do you get them in the holo version or do you get them in the regular multi-chrome version? Let me know in the comments because I would really like to know how people view these ones. And then here is just a comparison of all of those new shades. So you can see Eclipse on its own, it's really the same base color as the regular version of Eclipse, just with the added holo. And you can see with Shockwave and Stardust, they are the same exact color. One of them just has the holographic pigment in there. So the way that you are able to tell on the website is it does have an H in parentheses for the holographic versions. So yeah, those are the ultra chrome shades. And again, I really enjoyed them. I was impressed with the formulas. I thought they looked really beautiful on the nail. The 2 new shades, I felt they didn't really show too much of that shift on the nail as much as they do in the bottle, but I also found that as I moved my hand around in different lighting scenarios, they did start to shift a little bit more. So it's just cool. They're a nice subtle version of a multi-chrome, and then we also have that holographic sparkle running throughout. So you really have the option of if you prefer the plain multi-chrome straight up or if you prefer it with the holo. And like I said, if you want the best of both worlds but you don't want to purchase both of them, you can always use a holographic top coat over the regular multi-chrome and get a similar effect. So these polishes are a little bit different in terms of price point. Again, they are in the 12 milliliter bottles, but these ones retail for $12.50 USD each on the ILNP website, so I will link that down below. Those are currently available. So yeah, that is it for this review, but I would love to hear what you guys think of them. What do you think of the 2 sets? Which do you prefer? And what are your thoughts on the ultra chromes? Let me know in the comments below. You know I love to chat with you guys. If you enjoy my swatch and review videos, please give this one a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I put out new videos every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. And that's it for this one. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! Today's fun fact question comes from Patreon supporter Allison Lawrence, and Allison wants to know, what TV shows have you been watching during the pandemic? Friends is Allison's favorite, by the way. So we've actually gotten into the habit of watching TV shows from start to finish during this year, and I think that's actually pretty interesting because in the past we've kind of just randomly picked whatever episodes of whatever show we feel like watching. So far we have watched The Office start to finish, we've watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, and then we watched Legend of Korra. We watched Parks and Rec, which I actually did not like at all. Now we are currently watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So kind of an interesting range there, but it's just really like whatever is featured when it like pops up, and then we're just like, all right, I guess we'll start this. And then honestly, I feel like even if we don't like the show, we almost like owe it to ourselves to see it all the way through to see if it's worth it in the end. And I feel like that's always kind of how I've been, like even with like books and stuff that I don't like, I always want to finish it just to make sure that I can confidently say that I don't like something. So yeah, we're kind of just running through a lot of TV shows. But if you guys have any recommendations for our next show, let me know in the comments because there's always more shows to watch. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.